Welcome to another reaction video. Today we're going to be responding to an explanation given to us at the Rubin report about Dave and David having a couple of kids by means of a method that they probably derived from C.S. Lewis's novel That Hideous Strength, or inspired by things like
that. Those are two different wombs, and those are two different babies.
Two different wombs. Yeah, he says babies, but two different wombs. What we're talking about is concubines, rented, not owned concubines, but rented concubines.
I now know an awful lot about birth, and I know an awful lot about zygotes, and I know an awful lot about wombs and days when things start happening and heartbeat appointments and all kinds of stuff. So basically what we are doing is we got one egg donor. So you got to think about this. If you need to stop right now and grab a Sharpie and make a chart, you could. So basically we've got plenty of sperm around here. That's one thing, right? So there's a lot. I'm just saying, there's a lot of sperm. We didn't have a shortage of sperm. So we've got sperm. So we had half the battle, right? We had half of what we needed, but we needed an egg.
Having sperm is not half the battle.
So there are egg donors that are out there. These are young women who are willing to donate their eggs. And women obviously make a lot of eggs. Some make a lot of eggs, some don't make eggs, but the donors usually are young and healthy. And if they want to help people that otherwise can't have children, they can donate their eggs. So you basically go on all of these websites. There are all these sites, and it's sort of like Tinder or whatever app you were dating on, where you're just kind of swiping through people and you say, oh, I like the way she looks, or I like this girl had a great education, or some combination thereof.
So let me just interrupt here. There'll be other interruptions, but that's what this is all about, right? Interrupting. Look at that little bee down in the corner. This is on The Blaze. The Blaze, champion of conservative values, is platforming this gent who is talking about eugenics. Eugenics. We swipe through. We look like we're swiping through. I like that look. I like this. Eugenics is a bad deal.
And our feeling was that we wanted one egg donor, meaning you get a whole bunch of eggs. Well, hopefully you get a whole bunch of eggs from the egg donor. And then we would take several, we'd split the eggs. So let's say you got, I think the first time around we got like 18 eggs. And then you take the sperm, we would split them. So now there's like 9 and 9. I'm giving you the rough estimates here. And you would then inseminate them. And then you hopefully from that, some of it takes, some of it doesn't take. But then in essence, you have these embryos, and then you need surrogates.
So let me fill in something he didn't mention. Let's say you split the eggs, 9 and 9, you inseminate them. Some of it takes, some of it doesn't take. What do you do with the fertilized eggs that take, but there's no room for them in the womb that you've rented? What do? Some people, they're called Snowflake Babies, they're frozen, and you wait for, you've got these kids in the freezer for some future date, or you wash them down in the sink. So let's say you've got 9 and 9, like he described. I'm just going to make some numbers up. Let's say 9 and 9. Let's say 4 of them take, 2 of them don't take. Okay, 4 take, 2 don't take, and then what do you do? What do you do with the ones that you don't have room for, or the ones that take? Well, the ones that take and don't have room for. You just dispose of the ones that didn't take. If it didn't work, you're not dealing with a human being. But every pro-lifer knows that the fertilized egg is a person. Do you wash them down in the sink? And when someone arranges to do this, and all the conservatives that you can think of, all the mainstream conservatives rush to congratulate Dave and David for this appalling behavior, what is it conservatives are conserving anymore?
So basically what we've got cooking here is that we have one baby that is from my stuff and one baby that is from David's stuff, but they both will have the same biological mother, and we wanted them to have that sort of genetic connection. And right now there are 2 really fantastic women.
Biological same biological egg donor, 2 different surrogate mothers, 2 different sperm donor fathers. What are we talking about? 5 people? Well, yeah, 5 people with some measure of a relationship or other.
And, you know, it's not an easy thing to be a surrogate. This is not something people really do for money. They do it for a higher purpose, for sure.
Or lower purpose, depending on whether you've recognized how inverted your values are.
And we started going through the process of how to do this, and I can assure you that it is not cheap. It is definitely easier if you got a man and a woman involved.
Easier, as though ease were the issue. It's not easier with a man and woman. It's natural with a man and a woman. It's right with a man and a woman. It's God designed with a man and a woman. This monstrosity.
You know, what was interesting also was that throughout the surrogacy process, you know, it was during COVID. So the day we had to deposit the sperm, and you can all figure out what that is. You go to an office, very clinical office, and you go into a special room. They leave you in there for 10 minutes, you do your thing, and then they take that.
How romantic.
Basically, they put it on ice, and then they figure out when they're gonna, you know, connect it with the egg, so to speak. You know, we had to move. So once we knew that the first surrogate was pregnant, we were just like, let's just keep going because who knows? You know, there could be other miscarriages. There could, you know, just delays. Like COVID could come back. The doctors may not want it. Like there's so many things.
I want you to notice this thing at the bottom here. Crazy world, sane views. Yeah, but good labels. Nobody knows where to attach them.
We tried again and it worked. So we've got these two babies on the way, and you know, people keep telling me I'm going to make a great dad. We shall see. You know, I've got a few more months of freedom, so we're going to try to enjoy it as much as possible. But I'm looking forward to the next chapter. But it is kind of funny the way people respond when you tell them, because like we're telling people, and everyone's like, oh my God, you know, you're going to make a great dad. And then it's also like, you better have fun now. This is it for you. You had a hell of a run, 45 years. You did it. You did whatever you wanted. You were having fun all day. Oh yeah, drinking your tequila, making your steaks. You think you can do whatever you want, you know? All right, this is part of life. It's part of life. And obviously there's a whole bunch of goodness and stuff on the other side.
You can feel sorry for those kids now because the chances are pretty good that in 15 years you won't.